Well, watching the grain market activity here on the first trading day of 2023 is kind of an adventure. Let's take a look at the corn market, and our quotes are provided by Bar Chart. We are still on the minus side, even though we've come off of the lows by a little tiny amount. March corn down a penny and 3/4 at 6.76 3/4. Let's check out our soybean trade. And in the March contract, we are down 3 3/4 cents. We're at 15.20 1/4. Let's also see what the wheat market is doing right now. We'll go to Chicago first. Remember those big gains that we had on Friday in the wheat complex as we wrapped up the year? They were like in the teens or 20 cents higher last week. Well, not today. March Chicago wheat now 4 1/4 lower at 7.87 3/4. July is down 4 1/4 cents. And in Kansas City wheat, the nearby March contract is down 7.5. We're at 8.80 and July new crop is down 8.5, and we're at 8.68 per bushel. Now, moving over to Minneapolis wheat, the spring wheat trade, March down 8.5 at 9.30 1/4, and you have July down a penny and 3/4 at 9.18 today. Want to check out this cotton market too. March cotton now 72 points higher at 84.09. And December new crop is 63 higher, and we're at 81.51. Well, I'm joined by Chris Swift of Swift Trading. He's based in Nashville. Good to have you with us here, Chris, as we look at the market activity to start out the year. No great shakes so far. Where are all the buyers anyway? What's going on?
Marlin, it is probably just the first of the year, and not everybody may be back in town. And clearly, with the time of the year, there's not a great deal taking place out there either. So we probably, with the cold weather we've had, we've increased our livestock feeding just a little bit. But, when you look at the grains here, there's not a great deal that can happen for the next couple of months. We're going to be looking forward to see if there's going to be some changes in the weather patterns on there. And, you might start to get just a little bit of farmer selling right here on the very front end to pay for some Christmas bills or for something that came up during the holidays. And then we'll see what happens after that.
So when you look at the December price right now, we can bring that December corn chart up on the screen. We're at 6.07 right now on new crop corn. Yeah, we're down 3 3/4 cents. But still, we're hovering around 6.07. And meanwhile, on new crop soybeans, November is trading at 14.11. That's down 5 3/4, but still way over $14. So is it something that you think is a good opportunity to take advantage of if you're a producer, or are you willing to be more patient on the new crop?
We started last week when November beans trekked above $14 and the December corn above $6. We made some recommendations to book some new crop, a percentage of, and from this standpoint, if this is the tip top, we've just been able to market some at the very top of the market. If it's only the beginning, think how much more there is to go. So I think it's kind of difficult to make a very poor mistake here with over $6 corn. That does seem to pay your acres on the new crop corn as well as beans, and although it may not be as much as what you would like to have, we just really don't know what this year is going to bring. So let's go ahead and get some marketing done first, and then we'll worry about how much money we're going to try to make later.
Okay, well, that's well put. We'll take a break right here, and Chris, we'll take a look at this livestock segment when we return after these messages. Come on back. Well, thanks again for joining us today. We're talking with Chris Swift of Swift Trading. Now let's turn our focus over to our livestock trade. And we'll begin with a look at live cattle. Our quotes are provided here by Bar Chart. So on the big board here, we currently have everything lower. We have February live cattle down 72. We're at 157.17. That happens to be on the low of the day. We're about $1 off of our earlier high. April is down 65 at 161.15. That's almost on the low of the day as well. Well, moving on to the feeders. We're now seeing triple-digit losses on the first 4 contract months here. And we have January down $1.07, March feeders down to 172, and we're at 184.50. My goodness, look at the high that we had earlier this morning, 186.27. And now we've slid all the way to 184.70, or excuse me, 184.50 now. So we're about $1.75 off of that. Let's take a look at lean hogs, see if they're doing anything differently. On lean hogs, nope, we're lower there too. February down 70 cents at $87. April down 50 cents at $94.80. Let's go back to talk more about cattle. On the livestock summary that we had from last week, as we wrapped up the week, we had the prices, live cattle in the plains, bringing about 157, Chris. I understand that would maybe be a little bit firmer than what we had the week before. Dress basis sales, 252 to 254. I guess they're calling that a little higher than what we had the week before. But the futures trade doesn't seem to agree with that. What's going on here? Why the divergence?
Well, probably more likely we set new contract highs last week coming into this, so a lot of that was already known. But there is a tremendous amount of interest still in the live cattle market. We know that open interest is now well over 328,000 contracts and continuing to climb. So even at these, right at contract highs, there's still a tremendous amount of interest in this market. And so we're a little, anxious to see how the day lines up and ends. But the softness today, it is the first of the year. We're not going to get a lot of cattle trading to take place for the first couple of days anyway. So we're all a little bit void of information right now.
Okay, also on the wholesale side, I wanted to review where we ended up last week on the beef cutout values. And on the last update that USDA gave us, we had the choice cuts on the beef up 312 at 281.98, and selects were 23 higher at 250.93. That was running about $16 higher than the week before on the choice cuts there, Chris.
Yeah, and some of that was due to the slaughter pace. We know that we had the big snowstorm that came in up north and the cold weather that abbreviated some of our pace. So I think that's where you're seeing that come in.
Okay, well, thank you for helping us make sense out of our open here today, and we'll talk with you again here real soon. Chris Swift of Swift Trading. He's based in Nashville. Janet, that's the way the markets look so far. I'll turn it back to you.